This sounds like a fairly bad thing that people are kind of warning about Microsoft, and could prevent you from logging into your console, or could be a big problem for people that have their games. I mean, imagine being locked out of owning all your games. I mean, to me, that's insanity, but that's something that could happen, unfortunately, and it looks like it could happen at any time. And so we're kind of like stuck sitting here thinking to ourselves, how could this get any worse? You know what I mean? So yeah, this is a major problem, and it does seem funny to me. Like, I don't know 100% like if other things are gonna have problems with this, or if other companies are going to have problems like this, but doesn't it seem like Xbox is notorious for, you know, all of these types of problems and things like that? To me, it's insane that these things keep happening, and it seems like Microsoft are the ones that this stuff happens to, and there's no really rhyme or reason to it, you know. And I get, like, some people are probably going to try and say, oh, well, it's not really Microsoft's fault, blah blah blah, but it's like, it seems like they don't test any of the stuff that, you know, comes to their platform anymore. And I can't even remember, we might be coming up on a year from the last time we've gotten any kind of updates for the actual Xbox consoles themselves. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of insane to me, the way that's kind of happening, the way that these things are kind of going on. But you guys, again, might feel a little bit differently, you might not, I don't know. It really does kind of depend on, I think, how long you've been gaming and things like that. I actually do think that has a lot to play with some of this stuff anyway. But Xbox is signing out multiple players at once, seemingly related to age verification issues. Obviously, there's some glitches in there, and that's, you know, definitely not a good thing. Last night, people have found out that getting signed out of their Xbox account, mostly in the UK, while browsing a dashboard, and then being prompted with the same age verification message that's been cropping up there for a while. Ignoring it and signing back in, and went back to playing a game, and you can't actually they can't talk about. However, it turns out he wasn't the only one on social media. Various Xbox reporters responded and reported that they've also been signed out of their accounts, and some of them were having difficulty accessing certain features when they logged back in. Loading into GTA Online is an example that's been brought up a few times. Testing it as well, you confirm it's experiencing issues XS in GTA Online. There's a warning screen to do this, change the settings, and changing the settings just results in a generic error message. Someone else said, as soon as I tried to load up onto GTA Online, it was fine all evening on story mode. Then a text message would pop up when he changed over, saying couldn't find a workaround when he tried to change the settings from custom to adult, and say temporary service issue notice. So I mean, this is going to be a big problem. You know, obviously, I guess like the UK and stuff is really kind of getting into this whole, hey, we gotta, you know, sign in and do this and do that, you know what I mean? It's like the whole rigmarole, and I think that is very much a big problem going forward. You know, I honestly hope that they can kind of get things worked out to where things aren't like this, but it's like, it's becoming such a hassle to do anything on Xbox anymore, right? It's like, I don't know. For me personally, I don't know if it'll make much of a difference at all. But like, I'm the type of person, I would use my Xbox for everything. You know, overnight I'd keep it on Disney Plus while, you know, The Simpsons are playing in the background. I'd always just have my Xbox on, whether I was on Netflix, whatever the case may be. And you know, I thought, hey, you know what, that counts as being on Xbox. They're counting me for all this stuff and adding up all these hours and stuff like that. So I don't really do that anymore. If you follow me on Xbox, you probably noticed I've been not on there as much anymore. It's just, I've been gaming a little bit more on PlayStation. I'm curious to hear what Microsoft has, for sure, in terms of what their future and stuff like that is going to be, but I don't exactly have any, you know, I don't have a bunch of faith in what they're doing, that they're going to be doing anything that's going to, you know, tempt me to kind of stick with getting an Xbox or whatever. You know, it does not feel like they particularly care. And so, you know, it's going to be tougher and tougher for me to actually kind of get into you know, what they're offering and what they're trying to do. So yeah, it is a little bit crazy, to say the least, when stuff like this is happening. still people are finding it impossible to verify their age through Xbox right now. The official Xbox support mentions that Microsoft is aware of the issue and working to fix it in regards to the UK age assurance experience. So all this seems to be related to some of the glitches in the system. The only thing they can suggest right now is sit tight and assume Microsoft's got those two gerbils working overtime on those hamster wheels, trying to resolve whatever's going on. I actually don't think they care one way or the other, so you might be screwed long term. But it's already been confirmed that some feature will require a mandatory age verification in applicable regions by some point in early 2026, as detailed by Xbox support website. Quote, as part of our compliance program in the UK Online Safety Act and our ongoing investments in tools and technologies that help ensure age-appropriate experience, we've introduced age verification for Microsoft accounts in the UK. Players who don't verify their age between can continue to play and enjoy Xbox. However, access to certain social features will be limited to friends only unless age verification is complete. There's no confirmation on that this has been fully implemented yet, and it's probably not worth trying to verify your age until they fix the issues behind the scenes anyway. But again, this is a big problem. This is like, and leave it to the UK, man, the place where you can get arrested for mean tweets. You know what I mean? But again, it's really like a bad situation to kind of be stuck in these types of situations in the first place. I hope that we can see something come from this that's going to be a little bit better, but I don't exactly trust Microsoft to actually fix things or get things going in a much better way. So a lot of times when there's like these types of warnings and stuff, it's very real things, and that's kind of where I'm coming from. Personally, I always look at these things and I go, man, Microsoft really falls in it. And I get it. This isn't like Microsoft isn't demanding this, the crappy UK is, but at the same point in time, Microsoft is like this software company and their own software is shite. It's like, honestly, like, is there anything worse than Windows? I think like we're kind of held hostage by Windows, if you have, because it works and nobody's bothered to, it's just like so many people are already using it. It's just kind of crazy when this kind of situation comes about. It's like we're kind of just held there, and that's an unfortunate situation because I do really, really feel that Microsoft has kind of let fans down in a lot of ways with Xbox, but like Windows too, like that Windows has never been good. There's been a couple times where it was okay and better to use and easier to use, but then there's been times where it's been completely awful. And I think right now it's like completely awful, and they're trying to join that with a console experience, which sounds pretty awful in and of itself. So again, we'll see how this kind of how things change or if anything does change, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure how this stuff is going to work in the future. So I'd like to say I have a little bit of trust in Microsoft that they'll fix this stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Do you guys trust them anymore? I'm curious. Does anybody here trust Microsoft anymore? This is like a lot of, and I'll link this. You guys can check it out yourself. Like if you're in the UK, I legit feel bad for you because you're getting kind of stuck with this really shitty situation, and again, what can happen, what can change in the future, I'm not really sure, but I do hope that something changes where we can get some kind of fixes on this or whatever, some kind of idea that something can happen. I don't know. So it's just weird to me that all this bad stuff and all this negative stuff continues to happen around Xbox. So I know some of you probably see it too. Foot in the mouth. It's just kind of crazy to me. I don't get it. It's honestly, it's frustratingly bad that there's nothing ever good anymore revolving around Xbox. Occasionally there's like, okay, they're going to do this or this game looks cool, but in terms of Xbox itself, there's literally never anything really good anymore. It sucks. It's just really just one of those most frustrating things as a fan. I don't like it. You know, maybe you guys do, I'm not sure. But if you guys do enjoy the content, let me know. Like it, share it out, comment, and subscribe. I certainly will appreciate it. Hope you guys all have a great day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. I'll catch you guys here next time. Crap gamer out.